So this video is simply entitled Destin. And where to begin with Destin? Destin Legarie, IGN employee. Destin Legarie, independent YouTuber who made these wild, outlandish comments on his own YouTube channel, separate from IGN. Where do we begin? Well, let's begin with Adam Canova. This is a guy who made a TikTok video regarding Microsoft having a monopoly, where he believes that Microsoft Activision purchase is a lot more worrying than some may think, that Microsoft can use their massive cash advantage to indefinitely sell games at a loss via Game Pass, undercutting and monopolizing the industry Amazon style. This is a guy's concern, and he chose to go on TikTok with his concern. This is his right, this is his opinion, and I agree with it. But Destin diehard Xbox Legarie, who constantly deflects everything Xbox acquisition with Tencent, well, here we go. So here's a question for you. What is the equivalent of successfully running a convenience store for decades that serves your community? Prices are nice, no problem there. Then along comes another convenience store that practically gives all the food and groceries away. Now, who will come to your convenience store when they can go to the other one? You're practically giving the stuff away for nothing. The answer is Xbox and Game Pass. And there will come a day when people will sorely regret the day they supported game subscription services or service games. It's just a matter of time, believe me. So a concerned observer like Adam Canova would say, look, Microsoft is buying up everything. And someone comes along like Destin, says, yeah, but look at what Tencent is doing. That's the crux. Don't look at Microsoft, look at Tencent. Tencent are monopolizing, but don't look at Microsoft monopolizing, because it's better that Microsoft monopolizes and not some Chinese company called Tencent. What incensed me the most is Destin making a rebuttal video against Adam Canova, but using black people and women's breast sizes and Sony and Tencent, while hiding behind Alana Pierce, saying it's her words, not mine. And of course he cannot help but bring up Tencent again, over again and again, all in the pursuit of attempting to win a pathetic agenda-driven argument to deflect for Xbox and champion Game Pass. What has race and gender got to do with Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard? Answers on a postcard, please. I don't know why he's baiting. It seems like he's baiting and doing it hiding behind a woman, the lovely Alana Pierce. Speak with your own conviction, man. So also in the video, Destin Legarie also goes on to make wild, outlandish, outrageous accusations that others are painting Sony as a victim in all of this. That Sony are not the beacons of the industry. That Sony taxes developers. That PlayStation Now or Plus is a pandered service. He even went as far as to call Sony wolves in sheep's clothing. Destin Legarie has proven himself to be an emotional hemophiliac mouthpiece for Microsoft. There is no depth that he will not sink to win an argument. And at the end of the day, it's nothing personal. You've got Paris, who has done Xbox presentations before, chiming in. But don't have a go at him. What do you expect Paris to say when he's on Microsoft's payroll? That's a rhetorical question. And don't have a go at the guy. I mean, he even responded to my tweet with a gif or a picture with some woman in a woman smoking a cigarette and pointing at me. Yeah, and I laughed and said, yeah, it doesn't have to devolve into drama. But my point still stands. There's no point having to go at Paris or listening to what Paris says about the acquisitions when Paris is more aligned with Microsoft in terms of his employment. You got this 1 cent, 2 cent, 10 cent dollar nonsense from Destin Legarie. That's all he does, is use Tencent and Sony to deflect in order to benefit one platform holder over another. There is no journalistic integrity. This is the issue I have. And I'm fed up of non-people of colour. I'm going to say it the politically correct way. I'm fed up of non-people of colour feeling that they can chime in using the struggle and determination of black people in their trivial arguments, in this case video games, that began having nothing to do with race. Why? What has gender and race got to do with video game acquisitions? Please. And people defending Microsoft saying, well, Sony's doing it too. Destin saying, well, Sony's buying up everything. Nonsense. Let me tell you, buying publishers whole and then inheriting, right, up to 14 development studios per publisher is quite different to acquiring individual studios that are probably a carefully selected strategical, cultural and ethical fit for your company, which I believe Sony is doing. Now, to claim otherwise is simply gaslighting. Destined for the trash can with all its nonsense comments. And isn't Destiny his favourite game? No wonder. If you look at the recent live stream he did with Paul Tassi, no wonder you see him having an orgasm that Bungie is still releasing Destiny on Xbox and other platforms. Yet he is excited, equally having an orgasm about, Bethesda and certain Xbox Activision games being just solely exclusive to Xbox and PC. I mean, you can't get more hypocritical than that. And look. I got nothing against the guy personally. I'm critiquing his thought process and his disingenuous take on pretty much the whole acquisition subject. And I'm not asking anyone to agree with me or to defend me or to like me. I'm only asking that you open your fucking eyes. These closet drunks complaining about $70 games when they go out on a Friday night and piss that amount down the toilets of bars they can barely remember the names of. And people defending Game Pass as if, gaming is some type of entitlement to everybody in the world. Yeah, sure, we'd like everyone to play, but it's just not feasible. You talk about poor countries, third world countries, $70 is going to hurt them. $10 would hurt them. Paying Game Pass subscriptions would hurt them. Netflix would hurt them because they're in the poorhouse. What's wrong with you people? Don't use the plight of people's suffering and poverty to try and defend Game Pass. Yeah, gaming has always been a luxury. It's not an entitlement. There are things that I can't afford, but I get over it and I try to imagine very little about those things. It's called life. Man, for some, finding, as I say, the monthly fee for Game Pass or Netflix is a luxury. So get off that high horse about, Game Pass is somehow serving the world, doing good in the world. Unlike some, I just don't view gaming as an entitlement. Gaming is very much still a luxury, whatever some marketing campaign claims. So at the end of the day, don't criticize Xbox acquisitions around Destin Legarie. Destin Legarie gets really angry when you criticize Xbox or its acquisitions. I mean, he even said that Sony's making 10 Destiny games. This guy is a straight up liar. They're making 10 service games. They're not Destiny games. Not all of them. This is how he does it. He just says, and he had the cheek to say that Forza Horizon 5 has sold 10 million copies in the first quarter. No, 10 million players. People who paid a minimal entry fee on a subscription service to play these expensive games that Microsoft is losing shitloads of money on. Stop trying to fool the people. At the end of the day, Destin Legarie has blocked me on Twitter, which doesn't surprise me in the slightest, for pointing out everything I've said today in this here video. Okay, so you can run but you can't hide. So I think it's about time that Destin Legarie woke up and smelt the coffee and stopped bullshitting his viewers. At the end of the day, you're not a professional doing that. You work for IGN, claiming to be some kind of writer, journalist, what have you. Behave like one. I'm out.